Hello, my name is Matt Roben, and I am your neighbor.
I'm Gladys Gonzalez, and I'm your neighbor.
Hi, this is Paul Nickerson. I'm your neighbor.
My name is TK Perez, and I am your neighbor.
Welcome back. Today we visit with chicken farmer, circus performer, and Shark Tank diver Matt Roben, who lives in North Center. I met Matt at a local pub where he introduced himself as the neighborhood circus guy. I was stoked to meet him as he'd been on my interview list for weeks, but I had him listed under chicken guy. Turns out he wears both hats, and many more.
I went to circus school out of high school. I went from a private all-boys Jesuit high school in California to circus school.
How did that even come about?
I had seen as a kid the circus, of course, but I took a theater workshop, and the last day they taught us to juggle. And basically, within 3 months, was doing birthday parties as a clown, juggling, making balloon animals, unicycling, stuff like that. When I was 14, saw Cirque du Soleil for the first time and said, that's what I want to do. Found out there was a circus school in Montreal, and I went up there for 2 years, spent 2 years doing juggling, tight-wire, trapeze, handstands, trampoline, dance, you name it. And from that point forward, I've pretty much been traveling the world doing circus, and for the last 7 years, I've been a part of the Midnight Circus and doing circus in the park. And when I moved to Chicago 13 years ago, I became a volunteer scuba diver at Aquarium. So I dive there every Monday. During the day, I'm in the Caribbean reef tank, which is where the shark, stingray, sea turtle, and all the fish are. And I'm the guy on the mask talking to the audience, feeding the fish, and underwater. And then on Tuesday nights for the last 13 years, I've been doing cleaning the oceanarium, which is where the whales and dolphins are.
You got time to lean, you got time to clean.
And so scrubbing floors and walls with whales and dolphins, and occasionally get to do with the animal trainers. They'll, help teach us kind of some of the behaviors.
Right.
So that's where I kind of thought about the whole clicker thing. Was like, oh, well, this is how they do it with dogs, so I should give this a try with my chickens. And it turns out it's actually really easy to train chickens because they're 100% food motivated. But she just came to us this past week from our vet's office, who called us and said, hey, we had a chicken walk into our office, quite literally, and I'm like, who, what? And she said, there's a live poultry slaughter place that does like rabbits and poultry across the street from the vet's office, and they think she escaped from there and just kind of was walking down Lawrence Avenue, and they said, we've got a chicken if you want it. Her name's Beyonce because she's a survivor. Black and white one is Rocky, the brown one is Issa, the white one is OG, and then the black and the gold one is Perpetua.
Hi, lady.
Like how you keep it so clean. Well, I mean, the nice thing is with, like you can see, it's basically got dirt on the bottom, so you're just kind of constantly scooping through. I did, like yesterday, I went through the entire backyard and probably spent an hour just literally scooping poop off of the sidewalk and the deck, so I just hadn't done it for a couple of days, but in general, we really try and just, literally scoop it out. I mean, it's like, we now think of our backyard as a giant cat litter box. Just got out here this morning, so we'll find out if we got any eggs so far. Let's see, so this is a false egg to let them know where to lay. Oh, and this one's kind of warm still, actually, if you feel it. So just a bit, I mean, compared to how this one was probably laid 2 hours ago.
Oh my God.
This one's probably within the last half hour.
Really?
So. We're not really, like, dog or cat people, and we've always wanted to have pets. We got them from a friend who had passed away and had a dozen chickens that a mutual friend of ours was trying to, basically take care of and, figure out how to, who he's going to give them to. And I said, hey, man, we've kind of talked about wanting chickens. So we took 3 of them, and my wife ran over to their house and picked up these 3 chickens. And when I say picked up, their coop is probably, I don't know, if you squared this off times 4. So she's running around in this room trying to capture 3 chickens, which if you've ever seen the scene in Rocky, chickens don't really know what your deal is.
Get out of here so fast! Why are you standing still or something? Feed, feed! Can't you catch your little chicken?
I wish I had that on video. This was the first coop we got, so...
So did you get the coop the same day, or like?
I found it on Craigslist. It was like $150, and I've really been big into the kind of garden thing.
Right. So you thought what sort of pet would go along with what our existing lifestyle?
Yeah, I mean, I think in a weird way, it was almost
That's
like,
awesome.
I have a little farm here.
Yeah.
And those are mealworms for the chicken.
Come here, bae.
You gotta just put it on the ground. She'll figure out real fast there.
All right. She's going to town.
Well, Issa decided she wanted to eat way more sand and gravel than she should, and she basically got her crop, which is kind of their first stomach, because it's the right side of their chest, and she went from basically looking like somebody with an A cup to double D. It was full of rocks. It seriously felt like a bag of Skittles inside of her. You don't even want to know how much money we spent on a $6 chicken. Issa, the brown one, is a miracle chicken, so,
Can we see one trick, man?
Yeah. All right. Ready? Ready for the big jump?
Good girl, good girl.
Yep, actually put it a little higher. They like to go high for some reason. Come on. Oh, so close.
But how does this all interrelate into what Matt does and who Matt is?
Yeah, I mean, I think a big part of it was just realizing, like, hey, I can have a job as a circus performer, and this allows me a lot of free time to do the things I'm interested in. Playing music, having a garden, raising chickens, like the things that you would have done 300 years ago because that's what existed.
What do you say to people who don't think they can do that, who are stuck in the daily grind and can't even get a minute of who they are, much less even know who they are? What do you say to those folks?
You need to figure out how to live your life with less money and actually be happy with it.
Correct.
And if you can figure out how to be happy as whether it's a bartender at your neighborhood bar or whether it's somebody who in my case has 9 different jobs that all add up to a paycheck, or in my wife's case as a pediatric emergency doctor, that's what makes her happy. It's really one of those things where I don't know, you have to make the decision, is it worth the money or the time?
Next week on I Am Your Neighbor, we visit with octogenarian, senior Olympics contestant, and world traveler C.K. Perez, who shows us what it's like to live life by your own standards.
I am your neighbor. Ciao.